I promised to update you all on my progress of building the reels, and here we are. Today's agenda is actually my favorite task, but it's also the most time consuming. I'm creating the manifesto video for the reels. I have the script, now I'm searching for the clips to illustrate my point, and I'm going through also hundreds of tracks of music. By the way, Epidemic Sound is my platform of choice. I'm paying my own money for it. If they wanted to sponsor this video, of course, you're very welcome, Epidemic Sound guys. I love your product. My CTO, Chief Technology Officer Rodrigo, and I are pretty much finished with the alpha testing of our product, and I want to have an impactful video piece on the front page when we move to beta. And when we move on to beta stage, I'm going to show you the product, and I hope you can also join our beta and beta. How do you pronounce it? I hope you can actually join us and help us with making the product even better. But right now, I thought it all means very little to any of you without the context, because I do not have this master explanation what the Reels is and why I'm building it. Today, I will put it out there. It's going to be long and it's probably not going to be very viewed, but if anyone wants to know what it is, at least I can, direct you to this piece. My name is Alina, and since 2009, I've worked for various media companies in the UK. I've worked as an investigative journalist for major newspapers. I was a producer for various independent production companies, big and small. We made documentaries for BBC, Channel 4, whatnot. I worked in compliance at Discovery Networks, which I believe now is Warner Brothers Discovery. And in the last 5 years, I've moved into advertising, and I worked with the major agencies such as Ogilvy, the Ant Partnership, VML, and here is what I noticed across all media companies. Whenever there is a video production involved, everyone have always wanted the real footage, real people, real moments, emotion inducing, not stocky. That's why fly on the wall documentaries are so popular. That's why the ads use all these tear jerking moments. They all are about the relatable real life feelings that you relate to, because real life sells, because people buy feelings. Now, there are two things that happened in the last couple of years inside the industry and sort of inside my soul, if you like. I know it sounds dramatic, but bear with. First thing that happened at the dawn of AI, when this kind of ChatGPT came out and all the Gen AI tools started becoming available, mid-journey, mind-blowing, it became apparent that now it's possible to create a very similar experience and generate those tear-jerking moments without even going and doing a proper shoot. And people thought, we're going to save a lot of money. And 2.5 years ago, I actually got so excited to be a part of this group within the agency where I was working for. That group was just pioneering the AI production. And the more I become fluent in Gen AI, I took courses, I paid for them myself. I got really obsessed. I could create it was before even Nano Banana existed, and we created real ads with AI. But that also made me realize what it is. I went to different events and I just realized, hang on a second, it does sound a bit off. Just felt like the possibility of the internet becoming this dead internet, the dead internet theory, right? I didn't feel like I want to be a part of this big process where real people's artistic work is wiped out and kind of fed into this greedy AI machine. And one might say that there's nothing you can do about it, but I thought, well, if I can't do anything about it, why don't I do just something? If it doesn't make any difference, at least I tried. Well, and the second thing that happened, that was that more and more briefs coming into our agency came from various brands, and they were asking not to use AI. And they were going the opposite direction and creating their mood films, manifesto videos featuring clips from real people from the internet. Creatives found some real footage from the internet, and they wanted to illustrate their point with real people's footage. Now, the clips from the internet are real and they are great. But as a producer, I was responsible for all the paperwork that came with it. And if we ever used any person's clips, it was my responsibility to make sure everything legally was clear. So the process of licensing the found footage is actually notoriously complex, because you have to make sure you track down the original creator. You then wait days or sometimes even weeks for a response, because you are contacting them from, whatever contact details they have. They might not even have them. They may not be an influencer. They don't have an agent. They're just real people just filming themselves doing everyday stuff. And then you have to make sure that they are the actual rightful owners of that footage that you found. And then you have to sign clearance form, negotiate the usage rights. And there aren't any even standard rates at the moment for this. It's like Wild West at the moment. So some people ask for £5,000 for this 10-second clip, and some people are happy for 100 to settle for 100. And then some people saying, I'm not going to work with this brand because this brand is against my values, whatever. So as a producer, your flow is really broken because the creative director is in love with that specific clip. But as a producer, you can't guarantee that you can use it because the brand doesn't want to pay that much money, or the creator is not responding to you. And you're very close to missing a deadline, and that is not a very good thing. After it happened to me about 5-6 times in the span of 7 months maybe, I got so stressed and decided to turn this into something else. I decided that I'm going to create a platform that solves that very problem, the infrastructure that didn't exist. So those two things, me realizing that the future of content is dependent on us, the people in the industry, that using AI, however incredible that tool might be, it doesn't speak to my core values. And the fact that there was a very specific problem in my day-to-day work that can be fixed with a dedicated time and software, it led me to creating a prototype, which I vibe coded and showed a few people, and everyone who I spoke to said that they definitely use it if I built it. So that's how it started. I quit my job and I decided to build it, and I'm bootstrapping it. I'm doing some freelance work on the side to sustain myself and my family. I have a mortgage to pay and I'm running out of money, to be honest. If you know any investors, please do get in touch. I am applying for SEIS as well, so check out my video if you don't know what SEIS is. So in a nutshell, The Reels is a simple platform that is a search and license infrastructure for real people's footage that is pre-cleared, legally indemnified, checked for rights, verified, it was human-made, and basically ready to go. Creators can connect their accounts and their existing content gets indexed and made searchable beautifully. And when a buyer wants to license a clip, all the paperwork and processes are designed to make it very quick and safe for all parties involved. That's it. We can offer a fixed price format for instant execution, but one thing that is clear is that everything in the Reels library is verified, human-made, and we do not use any AI content. We don't license AI content ever. Creators also keep full ownership of their footage. The standard license terms are always non-exclusive unless anyone wants to negotiate any exclusivity. The standard terms are non-exclusive. So we want to offer a generous compensation for people's clips. It's higher than any footage library there is. And for the buyers, because I come from the agency side, I know what people are looking for. I know exactly the flow. And now I also am creating content myself, and I kind of imagine what the creator would want to have. You can go from search to licensed asset in like minutes or days maximum, not weeks. It's already a winner. I started in February 2026. As I said, I prototyped and vibe coded it myself, but then I needed a professional developer to actually build it in like real life, to build the MVP, minimum viable product, so I could actually show it to the market. And I was recommended this guy called Rodrigo by a very dear friend of mine who is currently also the head of AI in the top media consulting firms in London. And when Rodrigo saw my prototype, to my excitement and delight, he said he wants to be a part of my project because he was actually seeing the potential of the product. And because the product is very technical, it's very, very technical, and I needed a CTO who has a deep knowledge of AI processes, the tech and the media industry, and Rodrigo's credentials are just a dream. So of course I said, yes, please. So that's how the Reels began. It was so smooth so far. It was really it felt like it meant to be. If you're a creator who has a great camera roll that is not monetized and you do not want to feed it into greedy AI machines, or if you're a brand or an agency who wants to test our product with us, who want to be in the beginning of our journey, please get in touch. I want to hear from you, and I'll just get on with my manifesto video. I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to just do a very basic edit, and I'm going to publish this video on YouTube and get on with my manifesto video. You'll see it very soon. Bye.